to be a soap opera. Let me repeat that. Life does not have to be a soap opera. I'm going to talk about how I learned to drop the drama. Anybody here ever have any drama in their life? What do you think of when you say the word soap opera? What ideas come to mind? Sex. That too. Okay, but what now? Problems, heightened intensity, consistent difficulties, right? Cliffhangers. Can't get over it. It keeps going on and on and on and on. Anybody ever had that in their life? See, I came from a long line of worrying women. Yes. I remember once I was the OBGYN and I was having he was checking stuff and he said, wait a minute, there's something here, let me take a little, I gotta go look at this in the other room. By the time he came back, my children were orphans. Tears streaming, no, they're gonna grow up without me. He said, everything's fine. Took me a long time to learn how to drop the drama. And it was while I was on a soap opera and playing that drama that I started to get some real good ideas about that. After studying acting for 10 years, I got my first acting job on Days of Our Lives. It was so exciting. I was going to be on a show every week, coming into people's homes. But you see, because I didn't watch soap operas, I didn't understand the power of that connection. I didn't understand that when you come into people's homes every day, every week, they start to feel that you're the character. And it came home to me. I'd been on the show about 8-9 months. And I used to travel on weekends because I had had a very successful career as a singer. And I'd go off to Atlantic City or Vegas or somewhere and do a show. And I was at this airport and I'm walking down the corridor. And I hear this woman quite a ways behind say, oh, it's Liz! And I hear these little footsteps. Now I keep walking because I'm Gloria. Didn't get it yet, So finally she gets up right behind me. Liz! And I turned around and thought, oh my God, she's talking to me. And I turned around and I said, oh, hi. And she said, oh, Liz, honey, I'm so excited to meet you, but come here, let me give you a hug. You had a tough week. But we're going to talk about 3 techniques, 3 understandings, perspectives that I gleaned from being on a soap opera that can help you learn how to drop the drama. One of them is superior knowledge. Another one is pink pages. And the third one is playing the love. Superior knowledge. Superior knowledge is a device that the soap opera writers and producers use to draw an audience in. And what they do basically is they give the audience knowledge that the character doesn't have at that moment, superior knowledge. My friend in Texas says, God sees the whole parade. Think of it as that big vision, right, seeing everything. And superior knowledge means that Stefano is plotting against Liz, but Liz doesn't know it. So you're there in front, Liz, Stefano's coming after you, you got it, you feel like you're in it with the character. You can protect them, you can take care of them. Well, we have access to superior knowledge. We call it instinct, intuition, that gut feeling, all right? How do we access that? We best access it when we're in a state of relaxed alertness. Pink pages. When we get our scripts at Days of Our Lives, we get blue pages at first, and then they go to green, and then they go to amber, and they have a whole bunch of colors. And our final rewrite is a pink page. And a hold it line, when you're creating a character, is a piece of information you put into the character's body, not just the head. We don't live from here up. We live from here on up, even though we don't pay much attention to the rest of this. And I became aware that I had hold it lines of my own. And one of them was, nothing I do is good enough. Now, where did I get that? Well, I don't know exactly when it happened. And so I was always defensive. You ever done this? I would be going anywhere, and I'd have all my excuses lined up like planes to take off. About why, well, I didn't get to read, like the kid, the dog ate my homework. I had all my excuses lined up. I'm not good enough, and there I was. And my other hold it line I discovered was, no one understands me. So my way of overcoming that was to talk louder and longer. Oh, how unfortunate. Now, so what did I do? I gave myself pink pages. I was in the middle of studying yoga philosophy, and I found out that the three things we tend to think about ourselves that are lies are we are separate from goodness, we are separate from safety, and we are separate from competence. Okay, we're separate from all that's good in life. When we separate ourselves, we're telling ourselves a lie. Because if a hold it line that a child absorbed as an always or never, I can't say no one understands me. It's got to be a lie. There's got to be somebody sometime who understands me. So right there, that's a lie. I can't say I always fail. I must have succeeded or something, or I wouldn't be here, right? Or nothing I do is good enough. So I reframed it, I gave myself pink pages. And every morning I would go to my little meditation, my quiet space, and I wrote down on a piece of paper, everything I do is good enough. Now, I didn't say everything I do is perfect, because then that would have been another absolute, and then my body would say, well, that's a lie. But I just stepped away from it, and I gave myself a rewrite. Everything I do is good enough. I don't need to spend 10 years in therapy. I just need to change the hold it line, okay? I need the self-comfort. So playing the love. When we're in fear, when we're in a state, we constrict, we pull in, we get into survival, the brain shuts off, the body gets ready to fight or to go into fight or flight, right? Love expands. Love looks at a larger opportunity. And I had the best chance in the world to learn about playing the love, which is an acting technique, by the way, from Michael Shurtleff, a fabulous acting coach. I got to learn about that when my mother was in her last year of her life. One afternoon I was there with her, and there's a man across the hall, you know, who would moan every 5 minutes or so, and her little face would just scrunch up. And, oh, she'd do this, and I'd say, oh, Mom, what's the matter, honey? And she said, well, he scares me. And I thought, okay, what can I do to change this for her? And I listened, and I realized this wasn't something that my mother and I never discussed, but I said, Mom, it sounds to me like he's having sex. And her little face went from to, and a couple of minutes went by, and we sat there kind of quietly, and then he went again. He said, this time bigger than ever. He went, and she looked at me and said, what do you think he's doing now? There is superior knowledge within us. We know what we need. We can at any moment self-comfort with pink pages, give ourselves a rewrite, be a good friend to ourselves when some unfortunate idea comes up. And we always have the opportunity to stop, take a breath, and play the love. I pray you'll be alright, and walk just where we go.
I love that she can do everything, speak and sing, and she brought tears to everybody's eyes.
When she would say, someone does relate to you, I never really felt like that until she said it, and then it was.
She really soaked me in and captivated me with that, the whole breathing, and I thought it was really an amazing talk.
She's so heartfelt. That's the thing that got me. It's just like she brought us all to tears. And the things that she shared were not just heart-opening, but they were practical. And I came here looking for inspiration, and I am so grateful that I came this morning.